Hello, hello, and welcome to Direct Mail Monday, March 11th, 2019. Steve Sipress here, and I am bringing you today the answer to the age-old question, does size matter? Now, spoiler alert, the answer is absolutely yes in the world of advertising, and give you a little example that I used for people that follow me regularly, like clients. You will know that I spent about 3.5 years as a consultant with the Yellow Pages publisher, the nation's largest, actually, consulting to local business owners, thousands of them, and helping them with their advertising. And so this question came up a lot, and I told them I would love to tell you that the answer is no, that you can get the same results placing a tiny 1-inch ad in Yellow Pages or anywhere else as you can by placing a full-page ad. But unfortunately, of course, that is just not true. So, and that translates to every single way there is of doing your advertising or your marketing. So if you are doing billboards, then size would equate to location as well. But certainly a big billboard, even if they're in the same location, billboard, let's take Times Square, where you got billboards, neon signs light up all over the place. And of course, the biggest sign in Times Square gets the most attention and therefore gives you the best opportunity. See, all it does is give you the best opportunity for it to work. It doesn't necessarily translate, otherwise life would be ridiculously simple and I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't need any videos. You would just say, hey, put the biggest anything and you win. Doesn't work that way. But of course, the bigger sign gets the attention and has more room to put more elements into it that help you sell than a tiny little sign. So let's say somebody right now, there's thousands of people are walking into Times Square in New York City, and they're overwhelmed with dozens, if not hundreds, of signs all over the place. They're drawn to the biggest ones, the ones that have movement, the ones that have color, the ones that are getting all their attention, and they're likely not even looking at tiny little signs in a store window or on a bench or even the smallest of all those electronic billboards. Make sense? So in the Yellow Pages, a full-page ad does not necessarily mean you're raking in the cash and you're automatically making lots of money, but it's going to give you a zillion times better opportunity to do all that than if you would place a 1-inch ad that would show up somewhere at the back of the heading, as they call it, of the category, with, after all, your competitors who have gotten the full page and the half page, 3/4 page, and all that room to get attention and then to sell. So here's an example that landed in my mailbox this week, and it is an every door direct mail. You can see the insignia down there. You've got the postal customer, every door, right there. Where is it? EDDM. This is the every door direct mail. So this is the cheapest way to do direct mail. You go to the post office and you pick a zip code. Depending on where you are, they do them by zip code, they do them by area, and you pick 2 or 3 or 1 or 7 or however many you want to do, and they slap this little insignia on in the corner, and they charge you much less than if you were to mail out this postcard. Now, this is a whoppingly big postcard, not the largest one. I've shared some even bigger ones here. I think twice the size of the biggest one I've shared here on Direct Mail Monday. But this is a whopper, much bigger than your average piece of mail that arrives in the mail. If I don't even have to show you by example. Like here's a little postcard here, and here's this whopping big postcard here. So this big one, which gives you the opportunity, it's not guaranteed, as I said, but it gives you the opportunity to sell a lot more than a smaller postcard. Now, the number one thing is just what I just said about Times Square, about the Yellow Pages, or anywhere else. It gets attention. It's almost, in fact, it's basically impossible. It's as close as it could be to impossible to ignore this thing when it lands in your mailbox. The biggest reason of all is the same as with anything that lands in anyone's mailbox these days, because the vast majority of business owners are too stupid to use direct mail. So people aren't getting any direct mail. When's the last time you got piles of direct mail in your mailbox? It just doesn't happen. So just about every one of the very few pieces that hit your mailbox demands attention, but certainly the big whopping thing gets attention, even if it was the old days and you had a big pile of stuff. This would float to the top of the pile or stick out from wherever it was. So it would get attention, even if you're tossing other stuff. Now, it gives you the room to do a lot of selling. So let's see how these guys are using it. So on the front here, they got their photos. They're the two doctors, Dr. Neal, which I figured out from seeing on the back is a last name, and Dr. Reese. Also had to look on the back to see that that's a last name. So they might have wanted to not really give me that confusion by using their full name. But I'll tell you why I think they did it that way. So, and then they have some stock photos, which I'm never a fan of using unless you use them correctly. And much better in this case, well, let's just use the stock photo. So this stock photo up here in the corner, in this corner, is showing that, boy, we love everybody. Certainly people of a certain age. People of this age look around mid-30s, 40 or so, likely to have kids. So those are the best prospects for a dentist if they also do pediatric dentistry because, hey, if they're a couple and they are married and they have kids, then all we got to do is make the sale to one person, usually the wife that makes the buying decisions in the home. Not always. Of course, you know, modern America, I'm probably so, I'm going to get rained on about how politically correct I am to even point out that fact. It's a fact. Whether I'm politically correct or not, it's happened to be correct. So, however, it's not just the one person that says, hey, this looks good, let's go there. They bring with them the whole family, naturally. I'm not going to say, oh, honey, you go to that one, I'll go to this one, send the kids over to that one. It's likely you make the sale to the one key person in the household who makes the decisions, and they'll bring in 4, 5, 6 people. And the kids, as they grow, will have, you know, possible needs for braces and this and that and whatever. So they're showing that they're looking for someone that age, but then also, and seemingly the prime candidates who they see as their ideal target, who is someone older. I don't think it's the same woman in both stock photos, but these are the gray hairs. People like me, if I had hair, it'd be gray, probably. I got some gray on the side out of the little hair I got. And so these are a little older than me, I guess, but that's now it also might be where they're located or where they're mailing to, because in this area there happens to be some older, more affluent, more established people. This is not a place where there's a lot of kids running around, although the neighborhood that I live in, the association of about 3,000 homes in a gated community, has its own elementary school. So there definitely are kids around. But anyway, they're aiming at the older target who, it looks like, from the end. So that's one thing. And there's a stock photo on back, which is older people again, all couples though. But now they're black, white, male, female, tall, short, whatever, all different. You know, we'll take everybody. So there's an old saying that if your target market is everyone, your client will be no one. So you want to be careful about over-scoping like this. Okay? They might want to send different postcards, one that's geared completely. If I was helping them out, I'd triple or quintuple their results here by sending different postcards to the different target who's. Now, you're saying, Steve, but it's every door direct mail to everybody in the zip code. So what do you mean different target markets? I mean you ignore/repel people that you're not looking to bring in with each postcard. So if I had a postcard of all very young couples, then the older target might just go, oh, that place is not for me, and toss it out. When the next postcard arrives the next week from the same dental place that's targeted to the seniors say, aha, now here's one from a place that's for me. They don't remember that it's the same place, even though they have wasted an awful lot of prime real estate on the front of their postcard here with the name of their place, like anybody cares. Nobody cares what's the name of your place. At least put it on the bottom, right? If they put it on the top, that'd be just really ridiculous. But they put really nothing on the top. They put a meaningless slogan. We'd love to see you smile, you think? And early morning and evening appointments, that's a good one. But if that's their prime selling point? Because that's the only selling point they've put on here. They've got 2 dentists, which you could argue is a selling point, male or female, so, and young or old. So, hey, I only like going to a female dentist, maybe a woman would say with her kids, or I don't feel safe with a guy. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. Well, then you show that, yeah, we have a female dentist. Or I like someone who's only old and established and been around for a while and seen her. Oh, yeah, we got an old guy. So that could be a good selling factor, but otherwise there's no selling at all going on here other than looks like we'll take anybody that comes in the door. So if that's the main selling feature, early morning and evening appointment, that's a tough one. I don't think it is from looking at the back of the postcard, by the way. So let's turn to the back where they have call today on the top, which is completely silly. Okay, this is what's known as a headline, like in a newspaper. It's the top biggest. It's the biggest type, and it's at the top, right? So that's by definition a headline. Well, that's about as weak a headline as you can imagine, other than just the name of the company. It would be even worse. But phone number, that would be like if you picked up a newspaper, a tabloid paper or a magazine that sells itself from the newsstand with a big bold headline on the top, and the headline was the address of the newspaper office, or the phone, even worse, the phone like that, the phone number of the newspaper. What are you doing? Tell me something. Give me a reason right here in the headline, big, bold, and at the top, why I should call. Not just call today, why I should call today. Here are some reasons. Here are some specials. Where are we going? There it is. A $59 cleaning, exam, and x-ray. They do a great job here of value selling. How do I get this in here? There, because they're telling you that it's regularly $94. So a dollar thing. I'm looking at the other one. I'll just look at it this way. The top one is regularly $441, and it's only $59. There it is. Boom! Wow, what a great deal. So, man, that sounds great. And they got some weasel clause underneath about who it's not for or whatever and this and that. And then they've got, or take a $1 take-home whitening, that's regularly $94, or a $1 emergency exam, and that's normally $94. So they got 3 offers. Now, again, if you ask me, I would use one postcard for one offer. You want to have one focus of any marketing piece you're using. Phone call, email, brochure, website, piece of direct mail, anything at all, social media ad, whatever you're doing at all, you want to have focus. This is a little bit all over the place. You got all different people, and you got all different offers. So pick one offer and burst it out. Give an example. Local business, unfortunately, most local businesses don't know what they're doing and screw up a lot, but usually you can get inspiration from bigger companies, because, give you a hint, there's one really great reason they're bigger. They sell more stuff. They know what they're doing. So let's think about a big company like McDonald's. They sell all kinds of stuff, right? But any ad you're going to see on TV or in a magazine or whatever, it's focusing on one thing and one thing only. Hey, come to the drive-thru. We're open early. That's it. Or come to the drive-thru because we got hot coffee. That's it. Or come to the drive-thru. We got Egg McMuffins. That's it. Or come for dinner and we have a McDonald's Oriental salad. Or come for dinner, we got the McDLT. Come for McDinner, we got to have value meal. We got to have one thing at a time. All different campaigns for all the different things. So here they would have one postcard for seniors looking to sell them a $59 cleaning, exam, and x-ray. They would have one postcard to young couples selling them on a $1 take-home whitening. And the whole postcard would be all about the benefits of that $1 take-home whitening. Now it's normally $94. And then you'd have testimonials of people going, you see that instead of the stock photos, I think I said earlier, let's get to what I prefer over the stock photos, actual patients, happy patients saying, man, that $1 teeth whitening, awesome. I went somewhere else for the teeth whitening. It didn't work. My teeth weren't white, or it cost too much, or took too long, or whatever all the objections are. They overcome them with 3, 4, 5, 6 testimonials. So it's all about teeth whitening, why they should get it, what's going on. Lots of room to sell here. How about selling and not just putting your phone number at the top? Geez, why don't you just give up? Like, hand them your money. Now, I will say, and there's some other things on here I like. There's a map place that's good. And here you see there's the names on the back. Jessica Neal and Anthony Reese. So on the front, they think, which is possible, that people are reading the back first. We call this the back because it's got the address part. We call that the back of the postcard. But technically, 50-50 shot how this lands in the mailbox, how someone picks it up, and which side they look at first. So possibly they look at this side first, and they go, wow, look at those offers, and look at those dentists, and then they look at the other side, they go, oh, there's Dr. Neal. I read about her on the back, Jessica Neal, although I didn't read about her, because why doesn't it say why Jessica Neal is so great? Not like you don't have room here. I know you got your name really big and you got your phone number really big for absolutely no reason. Believe me, your phone number could be down here, and I'll read it. If I believe that this $1 take-home whitening, because of all the testimonials and all the everything you've said about it, or even you're making me do all the work on my own, but if I say that just seems like a great thing, even though you've not told me any reason why it seems great other than the price, then I will call. And I'll look for the phone number, believe me. I'll find it on here. It doesn't have to be the largest thing on the page, which is a total waste. So you do the job of selling, including selling who you are. Professionals, a lot of business owners, myself, a consultant. Our brand is ourself. We're selling ourselves. No, this is called Long Bow Dental Care. And they even got a picture of a long bow. I don't understand. Maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's the name of the street they're on, or the community they're in, or something, because otherwise, what the heck does a bow and arrow have to do with a dentist? Like, we hit the target by when you come in? I don't know. So my company is called, technically, it's called Successful Selling Systems, Inc. Do you know that? Does anyone know that? No, nobody knows that. Nobody cares. My brand is me, Steve Sipress. So their brand, Jessica Neal's brand, ought to be Jessica Neal. And on here it ought to say Jessica Neal is, finished first in her class, and she's done this, and she is certified in that, and people love her because of this, and her favorite thing is that, and she has a pet dog named something, and he has a pet cat named something. And she likes to vacation in Hawaii on the beach, and he likes to vacation in the mountains. And if they really put forth these different things, they start to draw different people that have what's known as affinity. They would feel an affinity. They would feel that you are like them. We love to do business with people that are like ourselves. We like people that are like ourselves. So if I can find something I like, Jessica Neal, oh, she's a fan of some team, she's from some area, she likes this is her favorite TV show. Tell me all about that stuff so I can come in and go, really? I also love the CSI show. If you said that's your favorite show, like, well, I want to come in and talk about the CSI show. Why not? Have something in common with this. I feel, at the very least, you feel they're a human being, right? Oh, I see all kinds of people in here. I apologize. Let's say hello to Jim and Jerry and Jeremy and John. The one with a J is here. Toby's here. Rachel's here. Simon's here. My beautiful wife Michelle is here. My beautiful wife Michelle's not here. She's unfortunately dealing with a family member in the hospital, in the Mayo Clinic, the famed Mayo Clinic that's right near us. And Ace says all you need to do is name your business. Yeah, right. All you need to do is name your business AAA, and you'll be at the front. That's the old Yellow Pages technique. However, still, it doesn't matter if you're front of the 1-inch listings, you're still behind the guy smart enough to get the full page ad. And Ace also says, bet nobody thought of that, because there's still to this day, even though they don't advertise in the Yellow Pages, you still see trucks driving around. A plumber. A roofing. You see them listed even on these things. I bet if I, look around or open up the Valpak, you're going to see A garage door repair. Like, cut it out already with the nonsense. Anyway, let's get back to this poster. So first of all, one thing they're doing right, got the size. Now, second thing they're doing right, got the photos of their actual brand, what actually matters, them. Third thing they're doing right, they got some irresistible offers. Man, if I want whitening and I want to take it home, $1 is pretty irresistible. In fact, take home adds to the irresistible nature of that offer. The irresistible offer, especially if you follow me, you know this, it's not just about the price. It can be, in this case, about the convenience. Man, I went somewhere else for this would be a testimony. I went somewhere else for the whitening, and I had to come back every 2 weeks and sit there with the trays and the this and the who and the how, and I don't have time for that, and the trouble and the whatever and the gas and who knows and blah blah blah. And I did that for 6 months. Man, the fact I can take it home, that's fantastic. And for $1, are you kidding me? Who can say no to that? Irresistible offer. So they have some irresistible offers. They have some photos, some smiling faces. That I would get that stock out of there, put some real people in there, and have one focus for your thing. Now, I want to share, and then they got this nonsense here that proves they're a dentist. You saw this a lot. I still do. They're still around, and I got clients making a killing in the Yellow Pages, but you see this a lot in really crappy ads, like in the Yellow Pages or on brochures. They're proving the type of business they are. Oh, look, you do extractions? Really? You're a dentist that does extractions? Oh, I had no idea. I thought I was going to call you and ask, do you do extractions? Like, would you pull my tooth? Do you do whitening? Do you do nitrous? Do you have nitrous oxide? Of course you do. Just you're a dentist. I mean, if you didn't, it'd be crazy. So anyway, there's a lot better use for that space, a lot better use for this space, heck of a lot better use for that space, for headline. How about the #1 problem you can solve? If it is this only problem you're offering to solve here on the frontier that you have earlier, just say that we are Phoenix area or whatever town you're in, we're that town's most convenient dentist. Boom. Okay, put something on there if you feel that that's the most. Put that as the headline, and put it on this side too. Boom. You don't even have any headline. I mean, it's just so, and names real big. There's a lot of mistakes with it. But check this out. I looked through my pile of stuff for some other big postcards to share. I said, you know what? When I see something decent that I want to talk, or something bad, something that's interesting that I want to talk about on a direct mail Monday, often I won't get to it right on that Monday, but I'll put it off in a little pile. So I said, you know, let's not just talk all about one postcard. Let's share. I must have had other big postcards here. So I looked at my pile, and look what I came up with. I do, in fact, have another one. In addition to this one, I have this one. That's right. They sent me this one about a month ago, and it is the identical postcard in every way. So that tells me front and back identical in every way. You can tell from a quick glance. Now that's a problem also. If someone can tell from a quick glance that your two pieces are identical, that means you've done a really crappy job. Okay? You don't have nearly enough selling information on here. You should have, if you had 10 or 20 testimonials on here, then it would take me a little longer to say they're identical. If you had a lot more stuff going on than just a big photo that doesn't do anything, then it would take me a lot more. But this is so simple. You got a bunch of ineffective photos, you got an entirely ineffective front, and you got a basically ineffective back, and it's all the same. However, I will say, if they are mailing, the general rule, certainly a big company, you could believe the general rule that if you're getting the same piece twice, it means it's working. Now, hopefully for them, because I love all small business owners, even ones that don't know what they're doing with their advertising. Although they do know one thing, they're sending out the big thing, and they got a couple other things working, the irresistible offers and all that. But I hope they're sending this out identical again a month later, because it worked. I hope they're not saying man, which is common, by the way. And I believe I even made this mistake once until I learned that it's a matter of multiplication. So get out your calculators here. I'm going to give you a general rule. It's got to do with multiplication. Got my old calculator. Had my name on it because I sold thousands of these back in my direct sales days, which is about almost 30 years ago now, and this thing is still working. Solar calculator, never needs a battery, about 20, 30 bucks in what do we say, in Radio Shack, and I got them for $5. Now it would be like $1. But since everybody had one, we all put our name on it. We put the white out and put our name on it. Everybody had the calculators, had one under my seat, had one at home, had one at the desk, had one here. What the heck? 4 for 20, grab a bunch. Anyway, I'm done with that door-to-door sales career, by the way. Not selling those anymore. But let's give you a math problem here. So if your first mailing gets you 0 response, the general rule is mailing it for the second and the third time will double that response. Whatever you got on the first mailing, mailing it 2 more times will double the response. Not triple it, but it will double the response, slightly diminishing. That's the general rule. That's the general math rule of all direct mail. First mailing, whatever it gets, you will double the response. Second and third. Second and third mailing will double the response. Now, unfortunately, for the most part, small business owners, another mistake they make, they almost never do this. They almost never say, oh, that thing worked. What do I, when they ask me, they do it. Hey, Steve, that thing worked. What should I do next? Send it out again. What? Send it out again, and then send it out again, and you will double your results. Well, small business owners don't do that. Don't be that guy. When you get something that works, do it again and again. So you double your results, right? But here's the math part of it. That's the bad part. If you got 0 results from the first one, who can tell me the answer to what is double 0? I'll get out the old trusty 30-year-old calculator that still works, and we'll take 0 times 2 equals, oh, it's a big fat 0. So if it doesn't work, do not mail it out a second, and do not mail it out a third time. See, I think I made that mistake. Was like, oh, it didn't work the first time. Let me mail it out again and try again, see if it works. No, don't do that. Okay. However, check this out. Not only did I get these 2 identical postcards about a month apart, but I looked further down in the pile because something else was sticking out. Exactly the point of does size matter? It got my attention. It was sticking out from my pile of stuff. There it is, another one. So I got 3 of these within the past few months. However, this one has some slight differences. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the slight differences here. This one, you'll notice the doctor's photos are not on the front. The Dr. Neal and Dr. Reese, not on there. But where are they? They're on the back. Not just their name, like on the later ones, has just their name. Where are we? Yeah, there it is. Just their name. Just their names. There it is. Are on the back. Here, in the old one, their names and their photos were on the back. Perhaps that worked well. Perhaps people came in and said, you know, I came in because I liked your smile. I like you look friendly. You look nice. Or I've been looking around for a dentist who's an old white guy. Oh, talk about politically correct. That's so politically incorrect these days. There's an entire political party saying, if you're an old white guy, we can't possibly vote for you. But anyway, so let's just say it was the young woman. Oh, we're looking for a young, attractive woman, and there you are. So I trust young, attractive women. In fact, I believe all women, and I trust all women, speaking more political nonsense. And so they said, you know, this is working. People are coming to these photos. Let's put them real prominent right there in the top right on the front. Good job. Another saying, people know me, know I'm fond of. I live in an and world, not an or world. Why is it a question of do I put them on the back? Do I put our photos on the back or on the front? Why is it an or? If they worked on the back, then just add them to the front, but do both. Why take them up? What, did they suddenly have less room? No, it's the same amount of room. They just took out the photos and centered their names because I guess the graphic artist told them centering looks beautiful. Not only do you not care if it looks beautiful, but advanced tip, you want it to actually not look beautiful. And I'll tell you why. Because again, if it looks beautiful, your eye doesn't need to spend a lot of time on it. It just looks good. But if it looks off-centered and kind of crazy, that's known as an involvement device. I got to do a double take. I got to look at it. That's kind of off-centered their names. And what if they were in a different color and a different font and all kinds of crazy that the designers would go, you've used 14 different fonts on a postcard. That's crazy. And I would say, as someone who's results-oriented, that's fantastic. People could not read it easily. Took forever to read through it. That means they were holding my postcard in their hand and reading it for a long time. So anyway, I live in an and world, not an or world. Put those photos, if you're going to put them on the front, put them on the front, leave them on the back if it works. Hopefully they moved them to the front because it worked. What's another thing here? Difference from this is the old one, is I had noticed one other thing. That's the only thing. Oh, no, the offer changed. The offers changed on all 3. So the oldest one, no photos on the front, had the 3 offers. No, it has a $59 cleaning, $1 take-home whitening, and $100 off treatment. Then the next one came with a $59 cleaning, $1 take-home whitening, and $1 emergency exam. Again, smart marketers do a separate mailing for each one of these. One focus. You want to test an emergency exam, put a postcard together, all about emergency. Hey, we're open late. Here's our cell phone number to call us, or here's the emergency number, and have testimonials of people. Man, nobody. My regular dentist wasn't open. Thank goodness that Dr. Neal was available, and she came in and she helped me. And now I'm gonna go back to my other dad. I love her forever, and I tell everyone blah blah blah. So they're testing out this, but then here's the older one, and this one has the $59 cleaning, the $1 emergency exam, and $500 off an Invisalign treatment. So we've got the top one is always the same. 2 have an emergency exam for $1. 2 have take-home whitening for $1. 1 has $100 off a treatment, and 1 has a $500 off an Invisalign treatment. So they're testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different offers. 3 different postcodes. How can you even tell what's going on? Like, keep a focus one at a time, but those are the differences from the 3 postcards. Cosmetically, all the same, unfortunately, all the same mistakes pretty much. They put their brand on the front here, their actual brand, not this nonsense. This, themselves, professionals, you're your brand. No matter how much you paid, and hopefully they didn't pay a lot of money for this logo. Hey, I know, long bow, I'll put a long bow under the word long bow. And then the word dental care. There you go. $500 that'll be. Because I designed that logo. Like, cut it out. Nobody cares. But so there are slight changes in these, but they keep mailing them out. Everything else seems to stay the same. I would, of course, send all different postcards all the time. But good job. Similar one, also in that pile, and then we'll take off, is and a whole bunch of other people in here. Hello, and thanks for the likes. I see all the likes coming across the screen. Another one, not as big, but also big. It's this real estate mailing, and this one's curious because this one came a while back, and the headline is, me, 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 me. I don't care about you. I only care about me. And my name is called Realty Executives, which I think is the name of a local, real estate agent office. And so Larry, Diane, and Connor. Hey, our names, the name where we work. Yeah, me, me, me. That's what we care about. You? Oh, wait. We also know that we are your Northeast Mesa Realtors. Okay, so finally they got the word you up there. Very nice. First, they're screaming about themselves, which is, by the way, most local advertising is sold. Yellow Pages reps knew that. All you got to do is put their name, their company really big, and they loved it. Me, me, me. Your ego is stroked. Did it get any results, make any money? No. So did my ads have any of that crap at the top? Of course not. My ads are totally different from any typical ad of anybody. And then they'd look at me when I show them the ad design. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Everyone else in the whole heading, every plumber, every other dentist, every other heating area, they have their name and their logo. I'm like, yeah, no kidding, Sherlock. Come around with me for a day, for 1 week. You'll see as I meet with all of them, they're all complaining their ads make no money. You think, yeah, all ads are all the same because they're working? I'm telling you, they're all the same, and they're not working. So, the ones that were smart enough to trust me and let me run the ad that I created, oh, man, and I didn't care. I didn't do it so that they would come with their tail, but that they were like, oh, man, you were right. I don't care if I'm right. I care about you making money. They made tons of money. Their ads suddenly started working, and because they're in a competitive environment, 20 heating and air guys, only one of which has an ad with a headline and without their stupid name and logo and picture of a truck at the top of the ad. It actually makes money. Fantastic. That gets all the attention. Sticks out the sore thumb. Hey, your ad actually says something and is selling me and convincing me why I should call you instead of just names and logos where you could, the old joke about the elevator, you could switch the name and the phone number of every single ad and they'd all be the same. They don't have those bullet points of every dentist is the same. Yeah, we do crowns and veneers, dentistry. Like, of course you do. But I like this one. So they had the Realty Executives. Now the newer one came and they changed it to the Pierce team. Still have Diane and Connor, but they're the Pierce team. They have this ridiculous insignia in the top that I don't know or care about. CLH meant what, Africa? Can you sell my house or can I buy my dream house with it? That's all that matters. And of course they're going to change up the the photos of the homes. Even if for some reason one of these on the old one hadn't sold, I'm not going to broadcast that. So that's good. Realtors always do that, right? They have their space in their monthly publication, and they're always changing. That's and then, but now check this out. I looked on the back, and the old one, the front, it screamed the name of the company, their names, and on the back screams even more, the Beers team. And then they have Larry, and we don't know. I assume that's Larry, because we got Larry Sell and L. Bierce Jr. at Gmail. Oh, another thing. If you're a professional, if you're actually in business, you might not want to broadcast that you are a 10-year-old doing a hobby and have a Gmail account or any other kind of ridiculous account. Like, go take $10 and get an actual email address that would be at thebiersteam.com or L. Bierce Jr. at Bierce.com or Bierce. Yeah, they got BierceHomes.com. Why isn't it L. Bierce Jr. at BierceHomes.com or just Larry at BierceHomes.com? I mean, at least it's L. Bierce Jr. I mean, I've seen some ridiculous addresses, email addresses being used for business that are like, Fluffy Dog Lover 102. Cut it out. Be professional. Cut out this Gmail nonsense. And then they got a couple of websites, very smart, capital letters on them, very smart, so I can read them. But there's Larry and somebody. Well, now the newer one comes out, and boom, we got a clearer photo. And now Diane, I'm assuming that was Diane in this other photo, looks older. Diane gets her name on there, and so does Connor. So now the Larry, Diane, and Connor, for some reason, only Larry got his name on this old one, even though it's probably Larry and Diane, and they did have the names on there, Larry, Diane, and Connor. But now they're all three on there, which again is similar to what we were just talking about the dentist. They understand their brand is them. They're professionals, real estate agents. Their brand is themselves. Put that photo up there and put the name on the photo so people can see who you are. So now we got male, female, young, old, tall, short, boom, 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 glasses, no glasses. We can relate to all different people. And we still have Larry Sell, it looks like, on the newer one. Just doesn't say it's Larry Sell. Not so sure about that. I might want to broadcast how if I'm going to put my cell phone out there, and real estate agents are crazy, they answer the phone even if they're in a shower 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They get back to it within 2 seconds all the time. They're owned by their business. Not the good ones, not my clients, but ones that let themselves be owned by their business. But put that in there. Hey, my cell phone, call me anytime, blah, blah, blah. But I like this. First one, testimonial. Blah, 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 5-star review, blah, 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 blah. We love them, we love them, we love them. Should have, you have a lot of space here, right? Could have 2, 3, 4 of these. Could have a photo of the person. Could give me a link to the website where I can find 50 more. Well, it does say Zillow review, but you could say, find more at our YouTube page. Find over 100 video testimonials on our YouTube page, something like that. But I like to say, look at this. They tested on the second one instead of the testimonials, or they do have a testimonial. Take it back. Now we have a 5-star Facebook review. So with the headline, what are you doing? Let me teach on that for a minute. But first, they have some charts and graphs about their number 1 here, their number 1 there. They sell fast. Love it. They got some competitive stuff here. We're number 1. We're number 1 in this, and we're faster. Okay, because hopefully they did a little research and they found that that's something people selling a home love. That they sell it in 2/3 the time. Where's that calculator? 40 divided by 60.2. 0.66, 2/3. So just to prove that as an actual calculator. So in 2/3 of the time, or 1/3 faster, or whatever, they're selling that house. So I like that they're testing different things. Now this headline, here's a tip. I'll let you go. Last tip of the day here for testimonials. First of all, you got to use it. Most underused thing in all of advertising marketing. We call it proof. Proof that what you say is true, that you're great, that you do this, that you do that. Have somebody else say it. Give some proof here. Charts, graphs are proof. This is known as social proof. We have people saying it. So it's underutilized, especially nowadays. I talked about politicians earlier. Like, nobody trusts politicians. Nobody trusts lots of people. So people trust our peers. We trust strangers on Amazon and eBay to tell us things and give us ratings and Zillow and Facebook and whatever. So use it. But here's how you get a headline for your testimonial. You pull out however many words, let's just say 4 words that fit in that space. You pull them out of the testimonial, and that's the headline. You put quotes around it. So fantastic experience with buying our home. I was unable to be there, and Diane made the process stress-free. They are excellent, and we were extremely pleased to have them as a realtor. There was no one better. We love our home. Man, any one of those could be a headline, right? The headline could be fantastic experience! Exclamation point in quotes. Stress-free experience. Stress-free process. We were extremely pleased! Exclamation point. I guess the TV's been on pause for so long in this video. It's now coming back on. There's no one better! Exclamation point. And quotes around it, right? So we love our home. You know, any one of these can be pulled out. We have happy clients. Me again. We have happy clients. Your postcard is not about you. The word we, I, my team, my name should be on there, but not at the top. That's not the most important thing to me, is that you're called the Bierce team more important than when you were called the Realty Executives. I don't care whether you're called the Realty Executives, this is practically proof nobody cares. You call yourself the Bierce team, you call yourself the Realty Executives, and nobody cares. What we do care about is that it's a great experience, it's stress-free, whatever all this one says, big thank you, they're truly kind, they're caring. They sold 2 homes for us. Man, that speaks volumes. They sold 2 homes. Repeat business where people buy a home every 7 or 10 years. Like, man, I remembered them after 7 or 10 years and went back. That's how good they are. So, lots of good stuff here. Highly recommend. And the charts and graphs. We're number 1. Oh, we're number 1 in the zip code. We're number 1 in Las Sendas. We're faster, blah, blah, blah. Any one of those would make a great headline. Would it not? But the ego crowd had to put their name at the top. Don't be that guy. And the front is slightly different on the bottom also. Below the pictures of the houses, we had the Bierce team and the websites that family owned and operated at the bottom here. And here they got called today and start packing. Boom. I like that one. And get the Gmail out of here, but I like that one. Call today and start packing. I'd love an even better reason to call today. Call today for our monthly special. Call today for free, free bottle of champagne with every new client. You know, how about an irresistible offer? How about giving them something? What the heck would a bottle of champagne cost you? $20? I mean, go to Costco, you get a case of champagne for $100. But let's just say you get a $50. You get a nice bottle for $50. Aren't you making thousands of dollars on a sale? Come on now. Do the math. Thousands of dollars, $5,000 profit on the sale minus $50 to attract them with an irresistible offer no other realtor gives. $4,950 profit. I think I'd be very happy taking 2 or 3 or 4, 4,950 instead of the 5,000 because I didn't attract everybody enough with an irresistible offer. And there it is, Realty Executives. That's one. That is. I recognize that's the name of a local real estate agency. So what is that doing up on the top? Anyway, that'll do it for Direct Mail Monday. 2 examples of oversized postcards, which gives you a lot of opportunity to either do not much of anything or do a lot to sell. And if they used this size, you can imagine they could put not only these charts and graphs, 3 more charts and graphs, 4 more testimonials, a little about me, about Diane and Larry and Connor and why I should use them and how they're pillars of the community and their kids are in the high school and they grew up here and they know all the areas and they know the best schools and they know the areas not to go and blah, 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 blah. They're your guy, blah, 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 blah. So that's it for Direct Mail Money. Thanks, everyone, being here live. Thanks for watching on the replay. Thanks for all the likes, questions, comments, concerns. If you didn't get to leave one live, leave one on the replay. Always respond when appropriate. And I will be back tomorrow on Topical Tuesday, where I'll take something out of the news and I will share a business lesson based on it. That will be very topical, and that'll be Tuesday, and that'll be tomorrow. Thanks for those likes, and thanks for being here today, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Got to press this twice. Over and out. Bye.